So, what did you think of the keynote?
I thought he did a great job. One thing that struck me that he talked about, and this was Charles Wetherington, the CEO of BTE Technologies, by the way. One thing that struck me is that his company is dealing with some of the same issues that a lot of OEMs in a wide variety of industries are dealing with, and that's this getting components, getting microchips and electronic parts that he can put in his medical devices, and how his team is having to redesign some of the equipment kind of on the fly to accommodate some of these shortages. And I thought that was interesting.
Austin, what did you think?
Yeah, I thought so too. I thought he did a great job. Very well spoken. It's very interesting. What we were just talking about a few minutes ago, the small companies being at the show. His company, BTE, is a company I had never heard of before. I'm sure I've used their products at some point or another in the past, but I've never heard of the company. I was very interested in what they do. And it just goes to show that Industry 4.0, a lot of people think that that's only for the big guys or
Hmm.
people making automotive parts or vehicles. It just goes to show that a small company that's very specialized, they don't do a lot of high volume, as a very low volume production. But it's very interesting to hear more about their challenges and how they're going about producing their products.
Yeah, I also like the sort of antithetical, if you will, thing he talked about a batch production. And in lean, you're trying to avoid batch production, but in his case, batch production actually improved productivity and efficiency, because he was able to make like a half a dozen full, complete products or sub-assemblies at the same time. It took just as much time to retrieve those parts, um, to do one assembly as it did to do six. So why not do six and then get be prepared for when orders came around. I thought that was kind of a interesting sort of again, not the traditional way of thinking about lean, but it all just comes down to applying tools to the right situation, and matching um, matching ideas and strategies to what your particular situation is, and what you're actually measuring.
Yeah, and another thing Chuck Wetherington brought up that I found very interesting is his background. He spent a few minutes talking about his engineering background, and what I found fascinating is how he really came up through General Electric, cut his teeth in the GE appliance side of the business, and now here he is, in the medical business. And it really goes to show what we cover a lot in assembly, that a lot of the challenges and issues that come up in various sectors of manufacturing in one area can be applied to another, completely
Mhm.
different product sector. And so I found that very, very interesting myself.
Mr. Wetherington, of course, seems like a natural business leader with lots of experience, but he's also kind of definitely actually a manufacturing leader in the community because he's associated with, what is it, NAM?
National
So
Association
I
of
thought that,
Manufacturers, yeah.
he, had both of those perspectives, not just the business, but also, community, and he cares about the industry as a whole. So that really
Mhm.
came through the keynote, I thought.
Yeah.